Hi guys, I'm Vernice Tantuco with Raptors Entertainment Team, and I am here at the Anaheim Convention Center in California for D23. Now, if you are not familiar with D23 Expo, it is the biggest Disney fan convention. It happens biannually, so this is the fifth one they've had so far, and it is going on from today until the 16th here in Anaheim. So. It kicked off today. I'm actually on the second floor of the Anaheim Convention Center right now. There are some people passing by, some of them in costume, and it's actually pretty quiet right now. But downstairs there are tons and tons of fans, Disney fans, Star Wars fans, Marvel fans. They're all in costume. They're all cosplaying their favorite characters. There are lots of talks and panels going on also today. This morning there were tons, like thousands of people lined up. They've been lining up since last night when the press passed by last night. There were already people camping out. So yeah, I'm here to give you an update on day one of D23. So this morning kicked off with the Legends awarding ceremony. Now, the Disney Legends is basically the biggest honor that Disney can give anyone. Lea Salonga is a Disney legend. This morning, they awarded Oprah, Mark Hamill, Stan Lee, Whoopi Goldberg. There were 11 in total. And yeah, we took a break after that. And then we had the biggest updates on Disney's animated films. John Lasseter, the Chief Creative Officer of Pixar, did a couple of announcements. Now, we weren't allowed to do any video. We weren't allowed to do anything live except live tweet. We weren't allowed to take photos of anything. They showed us a bunch of exclusive clips, tons of trailers, things that have never been released yet, stuff that aren't even completely finished yet. So I'm going to go through a few of them. I was live tweeting on Raptors Twitter, so if you want to see a bit more or to see it more in detail, you can go and check out our Twitter account. But right now, I'm going to go through what happened today. So it started with, John Lasseter came out, and he started with an untitled film that they're working on. It's about aviation. They showed us a clip. It's called the speed test. And it's basically just these two planes speeding through this desert. They're racing, and eventually they end up in space. And yeah, that was all they showed us, but it was super exciting because the planes were going so fast. It's obviously aviation is something that Disney hasn't really explored before, and it's going to be out in April 2019. So there's that. Super quick, super short preview of that. And then we got into Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which is a short film based off of course, Frozen, if you're familiar with Olaf, the snowman in Frozen. And Josh Gad, who voices Olaf, was there today, along with Kristen Bell, who is the voice of Anna. And they showed us a clip as well of Olaf's Frozen Adventure. And Josh Gad sang it live. He sang the song live as the clip was showing on screen. They also gave us a little bit about Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is coming out. I've got my notes with me. Frozen 2, no screening date yet for Frozen 2, but they showed us some clips of the filmmakers when they did some research in Norway, Iceland, and Finland. By the way, Olaf Frozen Adventure is going to come out in November 2017. That's the same time as Coco, which I'm going to get into a little later on. After Frozen 2, they covered Wreck-It Ralph, which is the craziest surprise today, because they showed us a clip of Wreck-It Ralph 2. If you're not familiar with Wreck-It Ralph 2, the entire title is Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. And Sarah Silverman, who voices Vanellope, was there today, a while ago, at Hall D23, which is the main hall. They introduced a new character. She's called Yes with 3 S's, and it's going to be voiced by Taraji P. Henson. And then they showed us this clip of Vanellope in the world that they created to look like, or what they imagine the internet looks like. Vanellope, her character in Wreck-It Ralph, and Ralph himself, they end up on the internet, in the world of the internet. And then Vanellope decides, she wants to mess with the princesses, the Disney princesses, on the internet. And so she goes into this room, and all the princesses are there. So there's Belle, Moana, Merida, just Mulan, Pocahontas. All of them are going to be in Wreck-It Ralph too. And then CP3O comes out too. So it's like Disney and Pixar and Lucasfilm all coming into one movie. After they showed us the clip, the actual voices of the Disney princesses were there. So Jodie Benson, who voiced Ariel, Paige O'Hara was there, Ali Carvalho, who was Moana. They were all there. They all showed up. They all introduced each other, all of them on one stage, and it was, wow, it was insane. It's really different to see all of them on one stage together. After that, it was pretty hard to top that, but they went into The Incredibles 2, which is coming out in summer of next year, so around June, July. The Incredibles 2 will be covering the family, the Incredibles, and their new house, which is also like a super lair. And then we were shown a clip featuring Jack Jack the baby and his battle with this evil raccoon. So that was pretty cool. Next up, there's Toy Story 4, which is coming up in summer of 2019, so the year after next. And it's going to be directed by Josh Cooley, who worked on Inside Out. That's pretty much all they showed us about Toy Story 4. No clips of the movie just yet. I guess they're still working on it. They also showed us another untitled movie. All they know is that it's going to be set in a suburban fantasy world about these two brothers who are looking for their dad. No release date for that one yet either, but it's something to watch out for. And then everything wrapped up with Coco. Now, Coco is coming out November of this year. They showed us 2 clips from the movie. The first is the main character, Miguel. He wants to join a music competition, and he has to look for a guitar, and he ends up going to his great-great-grandfather's tomb. His great-great-grandfather is named Ernesto de la Cruz. He goes to his tomb, and he tries to steal the guitar, and that's how he ends up in the land of the dead. The second clip they showed us from Coco showed Miguel himself in the land of the dead. He ends up at the Department of Family Reunions there, and he's trying to get back home. So there are those 2 clips from Coco, which is coming out in November. One of the voice actors in Coco is Benjamin Bratt, who plays Ernesto de la Cruz, the great-great-grandfather of Miguel. And he showed up at the Hall D23 to close the show. So it was this big production with these dancers. It was super colorful, super lively, featuring music from the movie. So yeah, that's it. That's it for today. It was pretty overwhelming. If you want to see more, or if you want to know more, you can check out our Twitter account. You can also check out Rappler.com/entertainment. We'll have a story out with more details about all of what was announced later. And yeah, stay tuned tomorrow, because tomorrow we are going to give you updates about the live action films of the Walt Disney Company. So, of course, that doesn't just include Disney movies, but also Marvel films, Lucasfilms movies. We're gonna be hearing updates on Thor Ragnarok, Avengers, Infinity War, Star Wars Episode 8. Hopefully, we're gonna get updates about Mary Poppins. Of course, we are also eagerly anticipating surprise appearances from the stars of these movies. So hopefully Chris Hemsworth is there and a bunch of the other stars from these movies. So stay tuned tomorrow. It's going to be a little early in the morning in the Philippines, but it's okay if you miss it. We are going to be tweeting about it. I'll give you a story about it on Rappler.com also. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, see you for more updates this weekend.